I'm Thorstenem Ludwigiem. I'm invited from MIG. MIG is a long-standing partner of ours, actually, of Interpretacja Europe. We were working together in a project which was called Inherit for some years now. And MIG started a series of workshops about heritage interpretation. I'm a managing director of Interpretacja Europe, and so I've been invited to open this workshop series, what I'm very honored that I could do that. And I think we're on a very good way and excited people here to get something moved. I think you can say that the key point in heritage interpretation is to create a relationship between people and their heritage. Could be natural heritage, could be cultural heritage. We have often the situation that people lost the contact to what was inherited to them, and heritage interpretation supports them, encourages them, empowers them to interpret their heritage, that it's useful in a way for them and for their future. Actually, I studied archaeology in former times, and it was not really pleasing when I tried to set up exhibitions and develop something. It was often that we were working a lot with charts and bits and pieces, and it was about chronology and typology, and it wasn't really attractive for any audience, so for the people. And my professors at that time, it's 30 years ago, at that time my professors were not very open to the ideas we have today in archaeology, new archaeology and experimental archaeology and these things. They really wanted to keep it serious. And that was actually a way that I was sort of frustrated with that, and this is where I started to work in this field. So I didn't have a regular education at university and then said, okay, now I'm an interpreter looking for a job. It was more that I was in a completely other branch, or not completely other, in archaeology, and tried to find a way how to communicate archaeology, and didn't find it at that time. And so I came to heritage interpretation and to all these nice people we have in our association. We're cooperating with all over Europe who share these experiences to make people excited about their heritage. Well, if it is about Europe, I must say, we have in a few weeks an event called Crossing Borders. And this is really important for us at the moment to see how we can manage Europe. For we have many open questions at the moment. We know that we have a lot of issues, challenges. We need to meet them, and I'm quite sure that heritage interpretation can play a role in that. And so the one advice would be, let's come together and let's try to move something forward for the future of Europe. Well, the network of Interpretacja Europe is basically its members, I must say. And when we ask our members what is valuable for you in Interpretacja Europe, the first answer is always networking, meeting other people, getting into an exchange. So this is something we can provide. We can give a frame to that, but we can also moreover try to get better in interpretation, to improve our skills. And this is why we created recently a training program. We started it, we're in the initial stage, to train people who guide other people, people who write panels for museums, people who develop apps or who do costumed interpretation, all these things to improve their skills and to get better. And the good thing in Interpretacja Europe is we actually have the experts in different countries. It's not all coming from one country, it's in different countries. One we have in one country is really good in costumed interpretation, a writer, guides are in other countries. So to experience how all these European countries come together and develop a training program together, this is really, I think, valuable. So it's not just the training, the result that we have in the end, good guides or better panels in museums or whatever. It is also this process where you feel people are excited to work to develop something together, as we did recently in this project Inherit, where we came together and thought about the different approaches we have and how we can connect them to make more out of them. So I think this is a big value we have in Interpretacja Europe, this exchange. Because this is a series of workshops, which is not only one, I would say at this point that it's most important that people are teased to come back and say, oh, now I did something about interpretation, I did these guiding things. How do I transfer it to, let's say, writing panel texts? For this, I know, is the next part, and James Carter from UK is doing that, and know him very well. And so he could encourage the people to get deeper into the stuff. So that would be my goal at the moment, to get them teased to come back to what is here run by Wywiad and Cicerone and Mick. And usually I would say it is always, if you're a trainer and you run a workshop, you say you want that people really use the things. We have often a situation that people take part in a workshop, then they come back, the desk is full of work, and they have no chance to really do it. So usually you would say, this is what I would like to do. But in this situation, to have this series of workshops, I would say also for Mick or for Wywiad, I wish much success, and I hope I can contribute that the people say, okay, next time I will be here again.